Welcome to Thomasville Insights with the City of Thomasville. On the podcast, we'll talk to experts on everything from Thomasville history and events to daily operations and city business, all while having some fun in the process.
Welcome to Thomasville Insights with the City of Thomasville. I am Austin Reams, and I'm so glad you can join us. And I am here with my co-host, Ricky Zambrano. How you doing, buddy?
What's up, Austin? How we doing? We're a little bit into that baseball season, so to carry on from that last episode, kind of like where I'm at. How do you like where you're at?
Well, the Bravos are doing all right. So we still need some pitching, but
did you get that phone call?
I'm waiting on that phone call to if they need a 48-year-old left-hander that throws 65 miles an hour. But
for those of you listening for this first time, in the previous episode, Austin believed he was on the verge of receiving a phone call and a call-up out of retirement just because he's lefty. And throws 72 miles an hour.
And the Braves don't have any pitching. So that's the
loyalty of Braves fans. You see, I don't expect the Mets to call me up anytime soon. They can call me, but it better be for tickets behind home plate. That's about it.
There you go. I hear they they're so unpopular up there when they do a traffic stop. They give away Mets tickets. Is that what I've heard that?
They give away Yankees tickets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Nobody wants those tickets.
Now we've made all the Yankees fans on the podcast angry, but
all two of them.
That's right.
But in all seriousness, other than baseball, Austin, what's your favorite part of the spring? Is it really the pollen? That's the that's the rumor.
Well, we are in the marketing department, and the city. Somebody in Thomasville had the idea of, a long time ago to market to Northerners that the pine scented air was healthy, and so that was kind of one of the things that brought Northerners here, which I just think is a brilliant marketing plan. So we need to figure out what that is, but it's not the pollen. I do enjoy the change of seasons. I enjoy kind of when spring comes out and you kind of see the flowers come out.
Now, so hold on. Change of season, okay?
Yeah.
So it's supposed to go from like 40 degrees to like 60 degrees, right? Something like that, and stay around 60 for a while, 70, so we go from like 40 for one day to like 90 the next day, and then we go back to 50 the next day. Yep. So that's your definition of changing the season, right? Changing the day is a little bit more like it.
Yeah, spring, normally, March, April are very kind of volatile seasons for the weather, at least in South Georgia, it seems to me. So, yes, it is not like a gradual change, but I do, especially here at the Municipal Auditorium, we have those kind of two trees that blossom out in front. I don't know the names of those trees. Probably somebody smart like Brandy would know. But we always have visitors come in to ask about them, and so just kind of watching the town bloom is kind of pretty cool.
It blooms just like the work schedule blooms in April, right?
That's right. That's right.
That blooming work schedule in April, that busiest time of the year that we have, one of the busiest times of the year, because there's another one coming down the road as well. What time of year is that, Austin?
Well, it's spring. It's Rose Festival season, and I love that our whole community puts on our best. So I've seen some people painting storefronts, and you see Public Works painting streets, and you see all kinds of behind-the-scenes stuff that we do. And, of course, we're going to ask Brandy Avery about that coming up.
Yeah, and in honor of the Rose Show and Fest, I'm wearing my pink pants right now, brighten up the day. And Chris White's favorite pants, by the way. Just throwing that out there. But, yes, we do have Brandy Avery here. She's our Community Engagement Manager. Welcome, Brandy.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Yeah, we're happy to have you here, even though Austin mentioned before the show that he didn't want to do this episode. I'm just kidding. Of course, this is Austin's favorite episode. So, because of all the work, and this is completely serious. This is no slagging on him. He does a lot of work behind the scenes to kind of get a lot of video footage and all that stuff to help with the years to come and create a historical record of the show. But this episode's about Brandy, so let's talk to Brandy a little bit about the Rose Show and Festival. So let's start with a simple question. What are the dates and times for the Rose Show this year?
So this year, Rose Show will fall on Friday, April 24th and Saturday, April 25th. On Friday, we kick off at 9 a.m. and last until about 10:30 p.m. And on Saturday, we kick off at 10 a.m.
Wow. So Friday, 9 a.m. What's Friday at 9 a.m.?
Friday, 9 a.m. is the Orchids on Parade.
Oh, that's right. That's
ribbon cutting.
I should know that, but
you haven't looked at your email yet, have you?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll get there.
Open up the task list. Yeah.
I know that I'm really busy. So yes.
It's just on the calendar. It just has a big blog of busy.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it all goes kind of comes one big blob of busyness. But the Orchid Show is a neat one. Invite people to come out to that. Like, speaking of smells, the building smells wonderful when they have those orchids coming in. So that's really neat. For someone, Brandy, kind of moving on to different things, but somebody who's never attended a festival, how would you describe it?
I would describe it as a family event where there's literally something for everyone. We have everything from flower shows, parade, live concerts, a car and truck show. There's children activities. So throughout the 2-day festival, there's something for everyone in your family.
Yeah, and you really kind of, y'all plan around that, right? I mean, the bands you choose.
Absolutely.
Between the shopping and the cars, and you guys put a lot of thought into that, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right.
And obviously, we've got the enhancement now with the entertainment district. So that expands the beverage selection that's available, and
leave it to Ricky to think about that.
Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
Yes, I mean, you get thirsty walking around, right? So that's a plus for our merchants, obviously, with their sales. Mm-hmm. So it'll be interesting how this first year with the entertainment district in place, how it'll go for the merchants. So that'll be fun to watch. But in that, on the same theme of the people that have never been here, that's always one of the funnest parts I find, is like when you meet people that are here for the first time and where they're coming from. And sometimes it's right down the block, you're surprised. Sometimes it's not 4 hours away. Sometimes it's Grady County or Lowndes County, and they're just right around the corner and have never been here. So it's always a fun time of year to meet some new people. So let's move on a little bit here. Will we see some features? What are some features that guests look forward to in this year?
Well, this year we're going to have more photo op opportunities throughout downtown. We're planning to have the historic parade photo area in our new entryway to the Ritz Amphitheater. So that's at 233 West Jackson. And then this year, our Rose Fest finale will feature a drone show. So I'll tell y'all more about that in a few minutes.
And that's not Austin's drone.
Yeah.
That's not Austin's drone show.
That's right. I'm just going to fly one drone in circles.
Austin took a little offense to when he heard about the drone show. Yeah. He didn't get a chance to bid on the project.
Yeah, that's right.
He thought he could do a great job with his one drone. So
yeah, I mean,
you got like 5 of them around here.
I could scare people, fly.
Yeah, you scared me the other day. As a matter of fact, we won't talk about that. But when you were droning the other day.
I was making sure you were getting to work on time.
Yeah, and you recorded me probably getting there late, probably. So, Austin?
Yeah, so the event, as you said earlier, it kicks off Friday, April 24th. Let's kind of go to Friday. You mentioned on Friday as well the Orchid Show, which is Friday, 9 a.m. Mm-hmm. Let's just talk about the day on Friday.
So Friday, 9 a.m. is the Orchids on Parade ribbon cutting. We'll have the Rose Queen and local dignitaries there to cut the ribbon and officially open it up to the community. The Rose Show opens at 1 p.m., and it will be at the Big Top Tent at the corner of Remington and Broad.
Yep, close to Subway. If I can't think of streets. I have to think of buildings.
Yes, right next to Subway. So in its usual spot, the big tent will be there. So that opens at 1 p.m. And then shortly after at 2 p.m. at the Garden Center, the Standard Flower Show will open. So they'll have a ribbon cutting starting at 2 with Rose Queen and local dignitaries as well. And then our Rose Parade begins at 7 p.m. And immediately following the Rose Parade, we will have the street dance. This year's street dance band is the Ray Howard Band out of Atlanta. We're excited to have them. They'll be playing Motown hits.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun. And they're like a bigger band, right?
They are 12-piece band.
Yeah.
This is their first year?
Yes.
Yeah, that'll be good. You know, I think you guys have found, as you said, a family event. Like you see, that's one fun thing about the street dance is like there's all young, old, and all in between out there dancing. So.
And Austin dancing with his camera.
Yeah.
Right in the middle.
That's right. I may get a chance to this year. You know, normally I'm cleaning up after the Rose Parade. So, you know, just show you guys a couple of moves.
Yeah, the Austin moves. So let's keep on the theme a little bit of the parade. What's the theme this year, and what are we expecting entry-wise?
Well, this year our theme is going to tie into Thomasville's bicentennial. So our theme is Where Roses Reign, honoring our history and inspiring our future. So we're looking forward to seeing the creativity for all of our entries. And we're planning on around 100 entries for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100 entries and a variety of walkers and floats. And
bands,
a whole sort of things. Yeah, and speaking of bands, how many bands might be a part of the lineup this year?
We usually have about 5. Mm-hmm.
That's always one of the funnest part, right?
Yeah, and you know, shout out to those who really do. I don't want to leave anybody out, but there's you know, some organizations that really put in some time to do a great job on their float. I'm thinking about like Cleaver Brooks, maybe. They always have something creative.
Always do a great job.
A lot of the dance companies do a great job. And again, I don't want to put Brandy in this because she organizes this and she'll get in trouble if she forgets somebody. But Ricky, any other floats that you think is notable that stand out as creative year by year?
Well, as a previous judge, it might be a conflict of interest to call out some. So, but one you did mention along the same lines, but one of those that I've always found there's two areas that are creative. You know, Stepping Stones has always done a great job with their creativity. Yeah. And the school systems, the elementary schools, it's always a let's see what they got up their sleeves this year.
Yeah.
And, you know, both the city and the county schools do a great job with the younger kids, and you know, kind of putting that creative mindset and then if you look at any of those, I mean, they've got kids on the floats with smiles and happy to be there and things of that nature. And how are you going to look negatively upon one of those floats?
No,
I mean, it's got kids smiling. I mean, you know, so they're having the time of their life. So that right away, it could be like an empty float, right, with no decorations, but got kids smiling. I mean, it's a positive. So
I'm always amazed at the energy that the parade has. You know, you kind of, you know, I've covered a lot of them, and you know, come about 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, people start setting chairs out, and like the energy level just keeps raising up until the parade starts. It's always fun to see that. Like,
and I would say the parade is my favorite part of the festival.
Okay,
just seeing the full community come together.
Yeah, and you see
that's a lot of people.
I mean, it's a lot of people.
You know, like the first time I was in the parade was way back, like I don't know, like 2016 or 2016, I think it was, something like that. I rode on the Hands on Thomas County float, and you never realize how many people it is till you're actually you're like, holy smokes. Yeah. I had my daughter with me. She's about 6 years old at the time, and she's just like, her eyes are like, you know, wide open. And you know, for those that are, I've talked to my family about this. You know, we grew up in bigger cities and live in bigger cities, and you know, when I talk to them about this, I'm like, this is big. I'm like, don't think this is like, you know, a wagon to going down, you know, passing no stoplights, that type of deal. I'm like, there's a lot of people out there, and it's pretty cool. It's pretty fun.
Well, you know, we do have a downside to this year's parade, and I want to, you know, kind of preference that. We just got talking about how good it is and how good it's going to be and the history of it.
Everything has their goods and bads, right?
But like, there's, you know, I don't want to bring this interview down, but tell me, who are the grand marshals and why?
This year's Grand Marshals are our Thomasville, Thomas County Man and Woman of the Year. So we'll have our very own Ricky Zambrano.
Oh,
Did you know that, Austin?
oh.
I don't
But
think
the
you
plus
mentioned that.
side is we will have Jackie Spadoni riding with him. So
Okay, Jackie makes up.
Jackie makes up for
This
it.
is the game.
Yes,
Trust me.
thank you.
She
Yeah. So, that's completely disappointing to learn about this. But I feel like as the parade director, you need to make an exception and just let Jackie.
Just let Jackie ride.
Do that.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
Hey, whoa. We can't do that. I bought pants for the parade, so unless
Planned the
Well,
outfit.
listen, no,
she wants to reimburse me, then we could roll with that. But I've started the process of the wardrobe attire, which is very stressful
yeah.
because Jackie showed me a picture of the dress she's going to wear, and I'm like, dude, you're raising the bar.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to go like in shorts and a t-shirt, like just kind of,
Yeah.
and she's got this, and she showed me a picture of what her husband. I'm like, oh man, I got to raise the game.
All right. Well, I guess they'll take anybody as grand marshals. It used to be an honor, but it is for Jackie anyway.
That's
so
right.
Congratulations to her.
Somebody's got to raise the bar, right?
Yeah.
And somebody's got to lower the bar.
I know. They'll take anybody.
Yeah. By the way, that full transparency, that question was in there so that Austin can throw some sticks at me. So
Yeah.
And is the Thomasville the police department hosting their annual car and truck show this year?
Yes, so that will be on Saturday, April 25th. They'll set up around the downtown courthouse like they usually do, and they'll line the streets with antique cars. That event will be from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., and they'll also have a concert this year. So Baby Gray will be performing on the courthouse lawn.
Yeah, that's always a fun event too.
Follow Baby Gray?
I have no idea, but I'm sure they're great. So I'm not as up on the music scene, but I've heard some good things.
Get it added to your playlist.
Yeah, absolutely. And always, that's one of those, like, I shouldn't struggle with envy, but man, you go to that car show, you're like, golly, I kind of want that car, and I kind of want that car. So
I don't want the bills that those cars
I don't want
bring.
the bills. Can you just give it to me?
My Kia has enough bills.
Yeah, for real. But some beautiful cars. Though.
Yeah.
I love the beautiful old cars and designs, and even the colors. I don't know why that nobody's allowed to have my car is gray. Every car is either gray or black or white these days. Like, I love those old colors.
Seeing all the colors.
So. And the visuals, of that show, I think is so cool.
Yeah.
If you get a certain angle with the backdrop of downtown and the antique vehicles, and with the bricks and the rest of downtown in the background. I've said this before. I wish the car and truck show went all throughout the bricks and on downtown, because the visual of that is beautiful.
Yeah, it is cool.
It's
very Americana, right? These old
exactly
guys
right.
talking
That's what
around,
I was
young
looking.
kids running around, old people going in and out of stores. There's some great dessert places right there in that section on both sides of the street. So buy you some desserts and tour all the beautiful cars there.
And you're a lot closer to the establishments that help with the entertainment district as well.
Yeah.
But so before we get off that theme, where exactly is their location?
So it'll be around the courthouse. So they'll be on the North Broad Street side, and then line the side roads too of the courthouse. So they're by First Baptist Church.
Awesome.
So, those cars line up. They go almost all the way down to the post office.
And they get there early to get them a prime spot.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember how many entries they had last year. I thought it was in the 60s, I believe. Was that correct?
Oh, no, it was over 100 last year. And this year, it all depends on the weather.
Yes,
but the weather's going to be
dependent.
great. But we'd love to get 200 cars this year.
Wow.
Another plug for the bicentennial.
Yeah,
and it's a
that's
great
cool.
fundraiser for the police department. So,
So if you're out there, you have an antique vehicle, let's get that number up to 200 in honor of the bicentennial. We can do it.
we can
right.
do it. That's right.
And there's all kinds of cars too.
My car is could be considered an antique.
I mean, it's an antique, that's for sure.
It's missing enough parts. These are nice antiques, though.
Yeah, that's right. That would be funny. It'd be funny if you put your car
roll up and let's see what the police department says about my vehicle.
Yeah, they'd be like, "You need to turn around, sir."
Yeah.
Let's move it on to Saturday, and again, well, we are on Saturday. I'm sorry, but there's more going on Saturday. There's the car and truck show, as we aforementioned there. But what else is going on?
So Saturday morning at 10 a.m. will be the official opening of the Civic Garden Club tent. So they'll have the Rose City Symphonic Band there performing. Thomas University Jazz Band's also going to be performing throughout the day. So go in. Their show is beautiful. Mm-hmm. Also, right across the street will be the Artisan Market at the Ritz Amphitheater. Yeah. So we expect 30 artisans to be there, along with food trucks and children's activities. And this year, we're going to have our local dance companies performing throughout the day. So there'll be entertainment going on as well.
Yeah. So now I heard that the man of the year has to dance as well. Is that any truth to that rumor?
That was a secret
on the stage?
That's the daughter of the man of the year. Thankfully.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, I think.
Yeah. The beauty of it is, she's trying to get insider trading information, and like ribbing me like a month back or whatever. Like, what time we're dancing? I'm like, no, I have no idea. I'm like, it's confidential information. It cannot be released to the public.
That's right. One of the cool things about the Artisan Market is you guys are very selective and just have a lot of neat stuff there. Tell me about kind of that process and how that goes.
Yeah, so there is an application process, and we have several that apply, but we can only choose between 25 and 30 due to the space we have at the amphitheater. So we always try to focus on rose or floral-inspired artisans. So it's everything from rose candles to flower jewelry, flower artwork.
Yeah, and you're always kind of you've got some. Tell me about some of the floral stuff you've got. You're always kind of looking for somebody that does.
Yeah, so we do have vendors this year where you can purchase flowers from them. Yeah. So we'll have where you can make your own bouquet. We'll have Central FFA selling some of the plants that they.
That they grow.
They grow.
That. Yeah, that's a big deal right there. So,
and we also have the city schools involved this year.
Yes, so city schools, they're going to be doing face painting for us this year.
Cool. Yeah.
So something for everybody.
Mm-hmm. As always.
I think you should line up for the face painting, Austin.
I know. It's like, can you paint a picture of Ricky
I think
on my face?
I think a lion. I think you in a lion face would be pretty cool.
Yeah. I'm scary enough as it is.
Like a little Mufasa look to you.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. I think that would be good. Or maybe Scar.
And I was going to say, as long as it's not Scar, I'm probably more of a Simba kind of guy, but that's all right.
But saying on the topic, because it is an interesting process, that there's a time where you can apply, there's a deadline to apply, there's a lot of information, so it's not just go and find them. There's an application process and then a selection process. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of work that's put into that by the gals of marketing.
Yes, the ladies of marketing.
The ladies of marketing to put that lineup together. So there's a lot of work. There's some research that's done, I believe.
And you wouldn't want dudes picking that out either. You wouldn't want the dudes of marketing department picking out any of the artists.
Have a little say so.
I mean,
I wouldn't give us any say so. Brandy's being nice over there.
I mean, I'd be like, okay, who's got like what I want?
That's right.
Like, I don't care what Austin wants.
That's right.
Do you got like New York style pizza? Do you like? Never mind buying some. I want to see food. So. That would
we
be my
try
market.
to do a big variety, so it's not all 25 jewelry vendors.
Yeah. There always is. Like, I'm always kind of, I think you guys do a great job. I'm always kind of amazed. Like, oh, that's cool. I like that, or this kind of thing. So yeah. It's not it's not 25 versions of soap, but I do need to buy Ricky some soap probably.
Okay.
Yeah. I've got delicate skin, so I got
we need some rose soap for
I can't
your.
use rose. I got a breakout.
We need some rose soap for your debut as
eczema
Grand Marshal.
Flares up with the scented stuff.
That's right.
Got to be natural.
Your skin.
I'm sure there's natural. There's natural soaps.
Yeah.
Yeah. But to wrap that, to put a ribbon on that, I hear nothing but compliments every year about the market, and it just continues to gain steam, and so kudos to the work that gets done to put that together. But moving on with Saturday, you teased it a little bit earlier. Tell us about the Rose Fest finale.
So we're very excited about Rose Fest finale this year. We'll have Dana King and Gypsy Cotton performing from 6 to 9 on the amphitheater stage.
And they're a local band.
They're a local band,
yeah.
yes. They played at one of our first Fridays last year and had a huge crowd and a lot of great energy.
Really
so we're excited to have them. But at 8:45, as you're looking at the stage, you can look up into the sky, and we are going to light up the sky with 200 synchronized drones to create a 15-minute drone show. So we're pretty excited about this.
That's gonna be cool. I like it.
Can the drone show be finished with like Austin's like flying by at the end, like by itself? Like,
well, we were planning to have your face, Ricky.
Yeah.
I mean,
the Man of the Year face is up there.
I don't know if Thomasville can handle the amount of crowd that would be here next year expecting something similar. So
it'd be like,
I mean, we would.
We're not ready for all that.
We need more hotels and all. I mean, it would be like a draw, like a serious draw.
Absolutely. That's always just kind of, again, I love how on all these events, you guys do a great job to me of kind of matching the tone and the vibe of Thomasville to these events. It's kind of like the Road Fest finale is a great concert, and the drone thing is going to be great, but it's also it's a fun time for the community to get together too. Like you just kind of see a little bit. You'll see visitors doing their thing, but you'll see Thomasvillians of all stripes just having a good time.
That's
which
right.
is really
and that's
cool.
what it's all about.
Yeah, yeah. That's
and one more thing on Dana. I mean, it's a family affair. I mean, because she will be out there with her son, she'll be out there with her daughter. I mean, so that's pretty cool in itself. Talking about a family event, right? When your band has a family theme to it as well. And the last time I saw them, the son of one of our own was on the keyboard. So I won't mention who he is, but he's over in the planning department. And if you know who that is, but yeah, Kenny's son. Last time I saw him was on the keyboard for them and did a great job. So I don't know if he'll be with them this time around. If he's they sometimes change.
Yeah, change around a little bit.
But the last time I saw Dana, her son was singing, and I've also seen her perform with her daughter. So I mean, they're
a talented family.
Very talented.
Absolutely.
Very talented.
All right, so wrapping up here. Let's just talk about Team Thomasville. There's a lot of coordination that you do. That you and Cassidy have to have a lot of departments and all going in the same direction and all that kind of stuff. Tell me about that.
So to pull off a festival like this, it truly takes all of Team Thomasville. So we spend months meeting with each department and going through task lists, and it takes everyone. Yeah. And we're blessed with the best team, and it shows. When you come to the festival, you'll see.
You'll see kind of a family, you've done it enough, and it's kind of so many people who've been with the city a while. Everybody just kind of chips in and knows what to do a little bit. It's kind of...
And a lot of it is the same each year. So, people know kind of what to do, and then we throw in a few new things, and they adjust to it.
But just solving problems of getting the tent up. We got to do this to make sure water gets over here. We got to,
make sure we have power over here.
Make sure you have power over there. Make sure the police are in public works have barricades up over here.
And just cleaning up the town to make it shine. The month of April, you'll see everything. getting spruced up.
Yeah.
So,
Well, and to touch on that as well, it's, there's Friday, and then that leads into Saturday. And when you show up on Saturday, it does not seem really like anything took place on Friday.
oh yeah.
That's because our solid waste workers, our public works staff, they get after it once everybody goes home. They're here for hours getting ready for the next day. So,
Yep.
and then on top of that, you got the safety aspect of it. It takes a lot of work by the police department to keep all of our visitors and attendees safe, and they take that seriously, obviously, like we expect them to. And they do a great job, and then you got fire rescue ready to respond, EMS ready to respond, and all that stuff. So. Hats off to them and to so many other departments, CNS Next, and the list goes on and on. If we try and talk about a list, we're going to leave somebody out. So, but again, everything gets somewhere because of somebody. The banners are hanging because the electric department hung them, and it just goes on and on. But to mention earlier, you mentioned the word Cass. That's Cassidy Smith, part of our team in the marketing department.
Part of the ladies of the marketing department.
That's
the
right.
marketing department. So I know you don't like to use only first names, so we wanted to throw in
Yes.
that last name.
But she does. She keeps everything organized and
Yeah.
us on track.
Yeah, just wanted to thank you, Brandy, and thinking about Cassidy as well. You guys are. I'm always kind of amazed at the grace under pressure that you guys show, especially on game day when it comes to Friday and Saturday. You guys have your smiles on, you have your best on.
So you don't think we're too bossy?
So
you talking about the same Brandy?
yeah.
I guess I've seen the
No,
difference.
about 10:30 when we're wrapping up the street dance, things get a little different. No, I'm just kidding. But a lot of grace under fire that you guys show, and the fact that everybody, Team Thomasville, and really all the other volunteers who put in work from the Rose Show, Civic Garden Club Show, Rose City Run or whatever, all the volunteers that make it work. But just wanted to salute you and thank you for all the job well done and all the hard work you put into it.
Well, thank you.
Yeah. All right, Ricky, your turn, baby.
All right. Well, so in honor of the bicentennial 2026 podcast, we'll include a Thomasville history Did You Know segment. This information is provided to us by the Thomasville History Center. So we got Brandy here, ready to hear this out.
This is a big one right here.
Yeah, so here we go. Did you know that in 1861, the Atlantic and Gulf Railroad is completed connecting Thomasville to Savannah? Also, in 1861, the Cotton Planters Bank of Georgia is incorporated in Thomasville. Big year.
Yeah, so the railroad coming here, allowed for the tourism part to come on. So we would have been the far south as you could have gone because Florida had mosquitoes and malaria. So this was it. This was the southest you could go. So that's a very big deal that changed the nature of this town. Now, I believe this would be another one I got to check with Ephraim, but I believe one of these railroad bonds, it may have been this one.
Is it the one that you worked on?
Yes. Yeah, man, that was hard work. But no, one of these was an early, the black community was a part of this. Like there was kind of a collaboration that the black vote came on to help get this passed. I believe it may be this one, but I'll double check with our esteemed historian, Ephraim Rotter, who is perfect in every way except for being a Mets fan.
You're right, because I believe he's a Nets fan as well. So he is imperfect that he's a Mets and Nets.
Yes, so. But anyway, I believe that's correct. But no matter, the railroad coming here kind of changed. It's funny how, 20 years after that, there's hotels and businesses everywhere. So funny how little things are big things that reverberate today. Probably even influence the Rose Show and Festival today.
And that's a good plug because Ephraim will be with us. Ephraim Rotter, the curator at the History Center, will be with us in our next episode. So, keeping with the theme of history throughout the year, we will have the man himself. So you will get to ask him all of those questions.
That's right.
That might be a 2-hour episode.
To display all of my, he'll correct all
Austin,
of my
Austin's going to
ignorance.
start asking questions and keep on going.
Yeah.
I'm going to toss the script out for that one because Austin's just going to go and ask the questions that he wants to.
That's right.
So we do have some reminders, obviously, a lot of information about the Rose Show and Festival. Please be sure to visit thomasville.org for all the details and for the schedule of events. We got a bit, like we said, we got a busy month. So the Solid Waste Department will be hosting their annual Spring Clean event. This event allows City of Thomasville residents to safely dispose of items not suitable for the landfill. Items such as electronics, computers, batteries, mattresses, and just in general, large items that you may not be able to put obviously in your residential can and need to dispose of. This event will take place 2 different dates, Saturday, April 11, 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. That will be at Balfour and Flipper Park. On Saturday, April 18th, will be the second date. That is also from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m., and that will be at Cherokee Park. On that day, you can also dispose of automotive and paint products, which are very difficult to dispose of as well and should not go into your residential trash receptacles. In addition, on Saturday, April 18, we will be handing out free cleaning supplies to those that come and visit with our solid waste department to dispose of some of their trash. That is we'll have volunteers from Hands on Thomas County helping to hand out that supply. So it's another great community event that, as we talked about, helps to keep our city looking beautiful. It helps to beautify and minimizes things such as illegal dumping and provides an easy way to get rid of some of those. I've got some things in my garage that need to be disposed of.
Some of those like batteries and stuff, like you don't want that to go in a garbage truck and explode or something. I mean, some of that stuff can be super dangerous. So
yeah, I was there last year. We had a gentleman come, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, about 20 computer screens that they were not they didn't work anymore and they needed to be disposed of. But just all sorts of things. You see refrigerators and things of that nature, paint buckets, paint cans. So I think I got a gymnastics mattress in the garage that needs to go. So, in addition, very important to note as well, that beginning April 13th, the Natural Gas Department will begin its annual leakage survey. So the leakage survey, our crews will be checking for gas leaks. So they'll be in and out of properties, checking gas meters, and then checking for leaks with detection equipment. So this process will take about 8 weeks. So beginning approximately April 13th, but it will last about 8 weeks. So any of our crews, natural gas department crews that are around properties, you'll know why. Obviously, they're checking properties that have natural gas service. Not a property like mine that does not have natural gas, so they know where they're going. Although my neighborhood is, they're working on getting natural gas to my neighborhood, so we're excited about that.
Well, I just want to thank everyone for being here. Thank everyone for listening. And again, if you want to subscribe to the podcast on your favorite listening app and tell your friends, and that way everyone can give us a hard time.
You've been listening to Thomasville Insights with the City of Thomasville. The show is produced by the City of Thomasville Marketing Department. The show's music is by pond5.com. To learn more about the City of Thomasville, visit thomasville.org or follow us on social media. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast on your favorite listening app so you don't miss an episode. Thanks for listening.